This Liberty Sports Update is brought to you by Beacon Credit Union.
Yeah, that's always part of the game. You always stress that. That's part of your daily mantra to the kids in terms of it's always about the ball. The ball is so important, possessing the ball, taking the ball, especially in today's up-tempo game. It's about, shots on goal and being able to steal possessions. And I feel like the kids have really bought in. We've had more opportunities the last couple of weeks and have taken advantage of it. But still can get much better at that, and I think our kids are starting to pride themselves on that ball hockey mentality, and we got to continue to build on that.
Coach, one more from me, then we'll get to the media. With Javon Scruggs, I know you weren't here for it last year, but him playing that strong safety position as opposed to the free safety, how critical has he been in communication from the top to the bottom?
It's been good, second year, I guess, as a full-time player, his communication, his understanding of the system, has been huge for the development of the guys around him. We talk about being a multiplier in terms of being able to bring positivity to the people around you, and so communication, being able to talk to the corner, the linebacker, and then also the opposite safety. He just brings that presence of that calming presence out there, and then in the run fits, he's been really superb in terms of his production in the run game. So, real happy with where he's at development-wise, and anxious to see him continue to grow.
All right, next up, let's go to John Manson from Messiah Bread.
Morning, Coach.
Good morning.
When you look at Marcus Haskins, he's a guy that's been kind of a ball hawk over his career wherever he's played. He's starting to see that now at Liberty the last couple of weeks with interception, a lot of PBUs and things of that nature. Are you pleased with his development and performance so far early in the season?
Yeah, he's coming. Guy that wasn't here for spring ball, and when he got here in the summer, just kind of learning a new system. Been real happy with his progress. Would have loved him to bring that third play of the game. They tried to force it. I thought he was in great position to pull the thing down, and would love to see him make those type of plays and really take the next step. In terms of making plays that are a little out of the ordinary. He has that type of hand-eye coordination and ball skills. Would love to see him continue to grow and be more productive that way as we move forward.
Let's go to Damion from the News in Advance.
Coach, you guys made a move a few weeks ago, moving in Javon Scruggs into the starting lineup, putting him over there at nickel strong, and then moving Scruggs over to Rover. And you mentioned Scruggs' ability to fit the run, something that he didn't have to do a lot last year, but was from his free safety position did. How has that helped to put him more there? Being able to fit run fits and have Javon, who has a natural ball hawking ability like Marcus there, in the slot and in pass position.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. Without the spring, we had 4 opportunities in the spring, and then really such a abbreviated fall camp with the COVID that you really, me being a new coach here, not having an opportunity to really get a chance to see the kids and figure out where the best possible positions in this system where they fit in, and kind of after the first week just felt like we needed to get Scruggs a little closer to the action. There wasn't much action going on out there, and was a little concerned initially about him being able to make the mental transition, but he's been able to really do a nice job with that. So if we feel like we're getting closer to getting the guys in more their natural position where they can benefit the system, being system fits, now that we're getting into our 5th game of the season. So, just anxious to continue to see the development of, all of these young guys. You mentioned Haskins, you said Stone, coming on, getting some run there, as well as Treadwell, and anxious to continue to see these guys understand the system and grow within it.
Damion, go ahead.
As a follow-up, the pass defense this year has been superb. I believe top 5 in the nation now after this past week, and it seems like it's been a collective work with the safeties and the cornerbacks. And what's led to this pass defense being so effective through the first half of the season?
Well, I think pass rush. We talk about coverage and the rush going hand in hand, and you look at the ability for us to to not have to play a lot of pressure. We've been rushing 4 a lot of times and not having to devote 5 into the charge, and the job that we're doing up front in terms of disrupting quarterbacks, with just bringing 4 has really led to our ability to be able to play some zones and some max drop situations and really put the passing game in our favor. When you're able to get rushed with 3 and 4 men, you can devote 7 and 8 to the coverage aspect. I think it goes hand in hand. So really, I think I've been really happy with the rush that we've been able to get, and it's made us a little easier in terms of our matchups on the back end, whether we're in zone or man.
Coach, a personnel question. You guys were able to get Sedstone back out there this week. Tim kicked last, iffy. I know he's trying to get back in the mix, but do you think about when those guys come back, what it'll look like back there and how much that'll help?
Sure. Tim had an opportunity to work, get back to practice, full time last week, and so anxious to see him, as he gets his opportunity. But yeah, I mean, more depth, especially now, with this COVID thing, and you never know, when the next man up is going to be called, and so you got to be able to build your depth. And we've been very fortunate, in the first half of the season that we've been able to remain relatively healthy. And so, I think as you look at the stretch run of the season, we're at the halfway point now, continuing to bring up our depth and build up our numbers in terms of guys that you feel comfortable about putting out there and representing the product that you're trying to achieve is going to be huge for us. Again, like I said, we've been relatively healthy, but you never know when that bug can strike.
John, go ahead.
Both Coach Freeze and Coach Simons have both spoken highly of the Southern Miss quarterback, Jack Abraham. What type of challenges does he present for the Liberty defense and also your unit?
Well, he's a system fit for him, and he's a winner. He's been in that system, been very productive, won a lot of games. They've been a bowl team the last couple of years, and he's done a nice job of leading that offense. They've had continuity in their offensive system. So he's a guy that understands what's being asked of him. He knows where to deliver the ball. He's not going to be, he's not going to be frazzled out there in terms of different things. There's nothing we're going to be able to throw at him that he hadn't already seen. And so when you get that type of veteran leadership at the quarterback position, that's always something that now that's where you start. You look at any level, high school, college, or the NFL. It starts at the quarterback position. And being able to be efficient on offense and staying on schedule, I think he does a really good job of that because he understands what they're asking of him.